Alrighty, picked this up a couple days ago. We're going to go do an overview of what it needs and what it's had. And then as I get to each item, we'll make more videos. Alright, we'll start here. This fresh oil right here just came on. It was just here like 2 days ago. And I think the reason is there's still pressure in the system because of the way I parked the bucket. And I think it's leaking from right here. So yeah, I need to flatten the bucket out. It was raining and I just needed it to stop. So anyway, previous owner put on a new cylinder. The outside diameter is different than this one, so I don't really know if that is a problem or not. My calibrated eye says that that shaft is bigger than that one. I will confirm that later. I don't have my calipers with me. What else does it need? This was all new too. This oil here and here. It wasn't there when I brought it home. So, piece of leather here somebody strapped on to keep this from rubbing on that. Plus this was added some time ago. Piece of tubing cut open. And one of these hoses, let's see if I can show it to you. This hose is eroded. I mean, it's like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's really cratered badly because it was rubbing there. So that needs to get replaced at some point. Yeah, you know, the seat's not great. For a 2004 model, it's called a 2840 Workhorse. So I've got documents on it. I've got a couple manuals, but they don't say this on it. They say Foton, which is, you know, from my understanding, getting to be kind of the same brands. Here's something interesting. Oh, sorry. You see how the gauge needles are all shriveled up and stuff? That's being in the sun. This is the Arizona desert where this thing spent a lot of its life. And so the gauges need to be redone. I've got some, boy, that glare is really awful, isn't it? Let's see. Anyway, so that needs a little work. The previous owner added put an aftermarket temperature gauge here and aftermarket fuel gauge there. So all the lights work. We got turn signals, running lights, the headlight switch is on the other side. Here's the ignition. It's got glow plugs. You're supposed to wait till it starts. Factory toolbox. Here is the, I don't know, call them a lot of different things. A gannon, a box, whatever. It seems to be okay. It's got a hitch welded on it, which could be very useful. So it looks like somebody added some rebar to a plate back here. Yesterday I removed some rocks out of our road with that plate down there, if you can see it. Pulled some rocks out, some pretty hefty ones out pretty well. The only thing I don't like back here, there's two things, and that's the that hydraulic connector doesn't have a cap in it, and it really should. Now, the other thing that's new since yesterday is there's oil leaking out of the reservoir up here, and that's just a spray paint cap. There's a, see the threads in there? If my lathe had the right gears in it, I could freaking make one of those. So, you know, upward and onward. I guess this is a reverse light. It doesn't work. Looks like one of those old, you know, running lights we used to put in the front of our cars about 1,000 years ago. So that needs to be fixed. One change, one modification. You can look here. A section, a big old chunk, 2-3 inches, was taken out of here and then welded back so you can get it in the garage. Now, I haven't had it in the garage yet, but I took a tape measure and it will clear the garage by a couple 3 inches. The upper part of it in the door. So that I consider a huge bonus, being able to get it in the garage. Now there's some leaks here, dripping oil. It's all wet through here. A little oil here. Let's see, what is this thing? It's a 4-speed with, it's got a low and high before the transmission, and then it's got low and high for the rear end itself. I don't know every control on here. Obviously the stationary throttle. Here's the gannon in the back, the hydraulic control. Hell, I don't even know what that's for. There's a shock. I noticed there's a shock. You probably can't see it behind the seat. Its cushioning ability is pretty much shot. Surprise, surprise. So that needs to get worked on. The exhaust system seems to work pretty good. The only thing, let's see, I'll go around the other side. What else did I find? Here's that replacement hydraulic cylinder. Wish I had the old one because I'd really love to just restore them. Now I don't know if I can show you what I found just a minute ago. Can you see those lower 2 bolts? They're probably unscrewed a full turn. This one and the one past it. So yes, that needs to get dealt with. This cylinder here for the steering, power steering, is non-functional. It's a real mother to turn that wheel when this tractor's sitting still now, and when you're driving forward it's fine. So that needs to get rebuilt. And that'll be the first major thing I work on, is that right there. You can see the color of the cowl is not even close to the same here, but the farther down you go, the more red the cowl becomes. So I guess it's just, you know, sun checked, right? Here's our engine, Y385T diesel. Wow, the date says 1999, December. So this is a 2004 model. You know, I guess engines can be any age they want. Seems to work okay. Not really much going on under here that's bad. Here's a fuel tank. Couple of dipsticks. I forget. One's for something and one's for something else. Engine and something else. So there's a fuel shut off and a bowl. There's a drip under here somewhere. Gosh, I can't hold this thing up. Let's see if I can do this with my head. This thing here, I don't know what it is. It's right on the front of the injection pump. It's dripping an amber clear fluid, fairly thin, low viscosity, and it's dripping it on the ground. So I don't know if that's hydraulic oil. I have no freaking clue what it is, but you know, there's a million things that need to be fixed. Well, not really a million. Thing runs great and works great. Just power steering is a super pain in the butt. I think this is supposed to be a 25 horse engine. I see kilowatts. Is that 18 something kilowatts? So it starts just easy as pie. Previous owner said he's never used the compression release to start it. It just starts easy. Just gotta let the glow plugs get hot the first time. Yeah, all the lights work. And the engine, gosh, look at that. See that piece of wire? Yeah, we need to find out what the hell that is. Well, that's what you get out here in the sticks. So anyway, and it's got, what, 281 hours. I put 2 hours on it the last 2 days. I don't know. You can see the plate right there, made in China. Well, pay your money, take your chances. Tires need, yeah, they're a little cracked and stuff. There's enough tread on them for around here for this kind of dirt. The brakes on this thing, I guess, are in an oil bath. They're drums. Later models came with discs, but they take an incredible amount of leg power to stop. This thing does not stop well. When I go down this steep driveway, I have to put it in low range in reverse and let it sort of engine brake on the way back down. Anyway, here's the old girl. We'll see what happens here. It does have those 4 ports right there for putting a backhoe on, but that would be expensive and not necessarily useful out here where I live. So it's got 2 toolboxes. This blue one on the floor is just full of spare parts. Let's see, what did it get? The hydraulic pump got replaced. It's somewhere over here. Where is it? I don't know, is that it right there? I don't know, somewhere there's a hydraulic pump. It got replaced. Yeah, it's nice and tight. It got replaced, and the old one got rebuilt, which is in that box, the rebuilt one. So there's some parts, some stuff. I don't know. 2840 Workhorse. Man, if you have any documentation on this or know where it's at, just please leave the comments below. I have some documentation, but it says, like I said, Foton and some other funny name that I can't remember right offhand. The other thing that's missing is the grow cover. I mean, that probably wouldn't even be hard to make one out of some wire mesh or something. Anyway, yeah, see, it even says Foton here on the tire, or on the wheel. See that? Foton. I know a lot of this stuff's the same, so anyway, I would love to make a new cap for that oil tank. You know, maybe I could look one up. I don't know what the thread is. I have not a clue in the world. But that gannon box back here pulled a bunch of rocks. Big freaking rocks out of the ground with almost no effort at all. So what is it? 4-speed with low and high, so that means 8 forward gears. And, well, it's got 1 reverse, 2 ranges, so 2 reverse? Huh. It doesn't go into gear very easily. It doesn't. And you can see somebody put a piece of leather over to try and cover this messed up boot, which means this linkage is probably filthy. So that I need to pull this off, check for fluid and stuff, but also make sure that the bushings and everything are good. For 284 hours, anything that's wrong with it's pretty much just stupidity. The previous owner took good care of it. The guy before him beat it to death and loaned it to all his friends. So the engine runs like a kitten. And I don't know. Just got to do some work on this thing. I just noticed that tag there I haven't seen before, floating and up and down. That's cool. Okay, so this thing banged a lot coming across all the rocks and stuff, and that's just me. I gotta work on that detail a little bit. Anyway, here's the old girl. We'll see what gets done. One stupid thing I like to do is, yes, polish the headlight lenses. I know a young guy up in Vegas that did the ones on my Honda, and man, he polished them. They're just gorgeous. So, yeah, okay, you know, it's not that hard, so I'm told. I'm not a pro at almost everything, so I'll have to learn, but okay, there's the old girl right there. And the clutch adjustment is the other huge thing. The whole front end loader assembly has to come off to get to the plate that's right down here. You pull it off out of the way and get in there, and you have to adjust the clutch. The linkage on the outside is for just adjusting the pedal. So that's not going to be a lot of fun. That'll have to happen here in the garage. Anyway, that's about it. Thought I'd introduce this rig to you. And I'm just rambling. I'll get done when I can get done. I'll see more videos later on. Thanks. See you. Bye.